Good morning. Today we are going to discuss about primary annotation from Spring Boot. What is primary annotation? Actually, it's part of Spring Framework from version 3.0. Basically, we use this annotation to clear the ambiguity. Suppose when the container is trying to create a proxy implementation for an interface and the interface has more than one class, so we get a exception like no unique bean definition exception. So container is trying to create a bean. It's a two implementations are available. So container has a confusion that which bean implementation should be considered. So that time to fix that particular exception, we can use primary. So when more than one implementation is available for a bean, we gonna put primary for one of the bean, so that container is going to pick that particular bean because we are marking as primary means hey container, please consider this bean implementation, do not confuse with other bean implementation. This is primary, this is priority. So that's how it is useful. Basically we can use this annotation class level as well as method level. Why to use primary? Yeah, as I said, when auto varying more than one bin same type is available, container will have a confusion. To avoid the confusion, we use primary. And sometimes you see added qualifier along with primary for similar type. So that time qualifier will have more priority than primary. If two bins has primary and qualifier means qualifier will be having advantage. So qualifier bin will be executed. The use cases is like suppose you have data source object, it's having two beans like a MySQL Oracle, so you can switch between these two based on primary or qualifier. How to use primary? We can use primary along with the bean component service repository annotations. So as I said, we can use this for class level, method level. So in the first page, I have shown you when the container is trying to create a bean, load the bean, try to create an object for the bean, it gets a confusion. Same way in the real time, suppose you have an Android phone, you have two SIMs, Airtel and Geo. When you're trying to make a call, it will get a pop-up like which network provider should I use, Geo or Airtel. So in this example, by default, I'm using Geo, like that's a primary. So Airtel won't be used. So this is the one of the real case. So as I said, when Android having two SIMs, when you make a call, it will you get two options, Airtel or Geo. Means the Spring container having a confusion, which bean to be loaded, which bean object will be created. Same way here, trying to make a call, you have two options, Geo or Airtel. So I'm going to use Geo in this case. So same way, by using primary, container do not get confusion. If it's a confusion by looking at the primary, it's going to invoke that particular bean. So this is the example program. So what I'm doing here is that actually I'm this is like a Spring Boot application. I'm creating a service, mobile service. I'm trying to make a call here, initiate call. So this service is provided by SIM card, another class, actually interface. So this interface is implemented by Airtel as well as SIM. So when you make a call, it's a confusion. Without primary, you got a confusion that should I invoke this particular method or this particular method. So container is going to throw exception. But when you put primary, this will be executed. If I put the primary here, geo sim will be invoked and you can make a call from geo. So that's the use of primary. Let's write a program and see in real example. Let's create a Maven Spring Boot project. Spring Boot. Next. Primary example. Maven Java. Okay. Next. Latest Spring Boot version. Next. Finish. Run the project. So this is the basic application, Spring Boot application I am running. So basic application working, no issues. So what I'm going to do here is that I will create a mobile service class mobile service. Public, maybe I'll go with the constructor here, parameters constructor, public mobile service. Let's have a interface reference, sim card, public final. Perfect. Let's auto work this guy. Perfect. So what I'm going to do, this will be the parameters constructor, sim card, this dot sim card equal to sim card. Okay, this is the parameters constructor. Then initiate a call. So this will be the one more function or method, public string initiate call. So here I'll be referencing these guys, make call, return. Basically I will return the string here. So we need to have one interface like this and have an implementation with Airtel as well as Geo. Class SIM card. Perfect. So what I'm going to do, so this is going to have a make call. String make call. So this is the interface, actually interface. So we should be implementing this particular function. So let me implement class Airtel implements SIM card. Perfect. Add implement. Okay, perfect. So what I will do, calls from Airtel SIM. Same way Geo. So this is how we can implement. So what I'm going to do here, so basic Spring application, I'm adding a service here. This will be the service. So this service internally using this interface, I'm auto wearing this interface. So container is going to create implementation. I mean is going to load this one or this one. There's a confusion here. So what I'm going to do here, so we need to call the method here, sim card, initiate the call. So let's run this application. So I'm getting the application context. So on that I'm getting this bin, on the bin I'm trying to make a call. So this interface will be confused with implementation, which one to be called from the container. So run the application. See, so zero parameter. Okay, this is a different problem. Make it as component, component. Run the application. See, this is the problem. Parameter 0 constructor required a single bean but found two. So technically it's trying to load a bean but found two beans, required only one bean. So two beans means Airtel one bean, Geo one bean. So container is trying to create a object for this particular interface implementation, which is Airtel as well as Geo, but it's getting confused. So I would say I will fix it with this confusion by primary. Let me run. Okay. Okay, I'm returning, but I'm not getting the string here. Okay, what I will do? Rerun the application. See, calls from Airtel SIM because primary is here. Correct here, put here. Run the application again. Calls from GeoSIM. This one is called. So basically, when the container is trying to invoke this particular interface implementation, it's got confusion. Which pin to be loaded? So to fix that confusion, we are using primary. So this is how you can use primary. Now let's use @bin. So by using @bin also we can return an object bin, and we use primary with annotation with the bin annotation. So for that what I will do, I will create a sim config one class. So in that what I will do, public SIM card is the interface, get Airtel. So I am returning Airtel object. So okay, here return. Same thing I will do for Geo. Get Geo. So this one will be the bean. This is also the bean, and this is configuration. So I would say this is primary. Okay, I remove the primary from here. So I have added this component with the name, this component with the name. So create a new configuration class. So this one going to be invoked because of primary. Let's run the application. Okay, what is error? Should be configuration. See, call from Airtel. What I will do? You remove here, put it here. Run. Call from SIM. So this is how you can use primary with bin annotation.